Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How? It's August already. Can you believe it? Holy crap, eh? Today, on this third day of August, it is a full moon. I know most of you probably don't pay much attention to that, but that's okay. I do. And I love full moon energy. So it's kind of cool. And I'll be doing my little full moon stuff later on, even though it's probably going to be too cloudy for me to see the moon. And actually we have, you see it's cloudy already, and you can't see, but over that way on the horizon, we have big dark clouds building up, and thunderstorms are predicted and are looming. You can feel it in the air, right? Just feel it coming. It's kind of cool energy combined with the full moon energy to have all that poof, 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 lightning strike kind of stuff that charges the air full of negative ions, right? And here I am out in the woods breathing this wonderful air at the same time, feeling fantastic. Absolutely feeling fantastic today. So, what should we talk about? Okay. Oh, I'm coming up on some people here, so I'll have to say hi to them before we even get into what we're going to talk about. Hi there.
Hello.
How are you today? Good. Out enjoying the woods?
Yes.
Huh?
And the mosquitoes.
Yeah, exactly. And the mosquitoes. All right. So, what's going on in the world out there, right? Wrapped around all this full moon energy, shall we say. Lots of stuff. Lots of noise and confusion, right? More stuff going on than most people can keep track of. And as a consequence, most people don't. They ignore all the stuff that's going on in the world around them. And there's a whole bunch of really exciting stuff going on. Some of it that is being revealed and is coming out drip, 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 drip in the news here and there, and especially on social media. It's kind of like, holy shit, are you kidding me? Holy shit, are you kidding me? Can't stand to look at this stuff, let alone have to find out about it, get aware of it. It's like, I don't really want to know about that shit going on. I'd rather see the world as this beautiful, wonderful, safe, harmonious, uplifting place to live in, and it is that, right? But there is stuff going on out there in the world that's being revealed, lots of it really, 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 really ugly. But nevertheless, I think it's a good thing. Personally, I think it's a good thing, because what it means, actually, and look at this now, just perfect timing, right? Perfect timing. Come out of the darkness of the woods, out into the light shining in the meadow. The light is being shone into the darkness, and it is revealing the stuff that has been hidden for so long down in that dark basement where it's hiding. Dark basement, dark web, whatever. All this stuff has been hiding and is coming out, and we're seeing the true face of some of the people that we just thought were normal, everyday human beings like us, but had a bigger voice because they were media stars or politicians or whatever. Anyway, we're learning to see that they had a side to them that was like, yeah, gritty shit, right? Anyway, whatever. The world is a beautiful place. See, the world is a beautiful place. And the fact that the light is being shone into the darkness and revealing all of this stuff is a good thing, in my opinion, because more and more people are waking up, not just to the ugly stuff that's going on, but waking up to the sense that they no longer have to buy into this grand narrative that's been spun out there for them, that includes this celebrity of these people that holds them up, right? And esteem places for the rest of people to look at, so that they listen to their voices, right? And pay more attention to what they have to say. So if they go up on the TV set or wherever and say something, people say, oh, that esteemed person is making this statement, therefore it must be more valuable than what I think and say, or what my neighbor thinks and says, or what these weird people on social media think and say, because they're esteemed, right? Anyway, that esteem level is about to come crashing down for a lot of them as stuff gets revealed. Anyway, so here we are, back in the woods for a few more moments, walking along. I want to say that I'm still convinced, although despite the fact that this whole COVID nonsense is, going on, and there's all this kind of stuff, people fighting over wearing masks and not wearing masks and arguing about whether HCQ is a cure or a treatment or not, or which doctor you should be listening to or not listening to, and which bit of information lines up with my chosen belief system, and as a consequence I choose to believe that information and not that information. All of that kind of stuff that goes on with people, right? Okay, so anyway, it's a good thing because people are waking up, and this COVID time that we've had, which has forced people into this period of time where they've had the opportunity, not everybody's taken advantage of the opportunity, but we've all had the opportunity to reflect upon those things that we consider to be of preeminence, of real value to us, right? Real value, not the day-to-day stuff. The way we were walking through life before this happened was just kind of habitually, right? Just walking along, living our lives as normal, not really taking into consideration a lot of other perspectives or anything, just going about living our lives, right? Getting on with things, right? Doing the things that we need to do every day, or that we thought we needed to do every day because that was the narrative, right? Okay. Now here we are, several months. God, I don't even know. I've lost track. It's like, let's call it the beginning of March, although it's really February. So let's call it February. February, March, April, May, June, July. So 6+ months, right? 6+ months. Can you believe that? Half a year already. 2020, almost all of it consumed with this COVID story, right? And all of the ramifications, the things that we've been forced to look at and the ways that we've been forced to behave, stuff like that, right? Anyway, giving us all this opportunity to re-examine what's truly important to us as individuals and to our families and to our communities and ultimately, of course, to the world. And that lady was right. And the mosquitoes, holy, I guess that's because it rained so much yesterday. They all hatched, the little buggers. Anyway, so here we are, out walking in the mosquito clouds. We've had the opportunity, the great and wondrous opportunity, to re-examine what's really, truly important to us, what's valuable, right? And given that we can come up with a list of things, write them down on a piece of paper. What's important to you, right? What kind of world would you like to live in? What ideals do you hold for yourself and for your community and for the world, right? What ideals? So here we are at this point in time on this full moon with this energy and with those big old storm clouds up there gathering, and the storm is soon to be upon us. That's for sure. I can feel it. The temperature's dropping, right? You can, and oh, here we go. I'm getting sprinkled upon. So I was right. It's on its way. Anyway, I'm probably going to get wet, and I'll have to stop this video. I don't mind getting wet, but the phone, the phone. So here we are at this point in time. We have an opportunity with the full moon energy, and if you want to take this in hand, full moons are kind of like a good time to be reflective about the things that you want to let go of and the things that you want to move in towards, right? It's a completion of a cycle, even if it's just a symbolic cycle and not a true astrological energetic cycle, if you don't believe in moon cycles being directly impactful upon you as an individual, which is kind of a silly thing because given that it moves the tides and my body is mostly water, I suspect it might have an impact on my water and this corn growing and all that kind of stuff. Speaking of corn growing, it's kind of like sugarcane, right? Let me get back in here and look at this. Anyway, when I lived in the Caribbean, sugarcane was grown, not as much as it used to be in the old days, but still, sugarcane was grown. And sugarcane was always harvested on the full moon. Isn't that interesting? Always harvest on the full moon. Because the plant would draw up the maximum amount of juice, produce the maximum amount of cane juice at the full moon. So obviously the full moon had an impact on cane, and probably this corn as well, and probably my body, and as a consequence of the changes in the physical aspect of me, it might have an impact on my mental and emotional beingness as well, right? Just a possibility for you to think about. Anyway, so here we are at this time, and now it's really starting to rain, at this time in a full moon, where we each of us have the opportunity to let go of things that no longer serve us, things that may have been holding us back, whether they are emotional or mental or spiritual things, doesn't really matter. You can make the choice to let go of them and envision the kind of future that you would like to walk into, right? And even if you don't believe in the full moon, this is a good time to do it, right? Because we're kind of coming to the height, I would say, the point of not no return, that's not the right word. So we're coming to a decision-making point about this COVID thing that's going on around us, the big global event, right? And it's all kind of coming to a head, and I think clarity is right in front of us. Real clarity is right in front of us. It's going to be shocking for people, of course, to find out a bunch of things that they don't want to find out, and find out that the way that they've been living their life for the past 6+ months has been kind of like, I don't know how to say this properly, really, without scaring you terribly away, has been kind of like a false fucking story, right? It's just this great fear-mongering bullshit story spun out. And for 7.8 billion people on this planet, it's like ridiculous, right? It's like so weird to see this happen. It's this big psycho-spiritual experiment performed on the mass of humanity. And the overwhelming mass of people have just bought into it without question. They've just gone, yeah, okay, whatever. That's the story now, and that's the way it's going to unfold, and I'm living inside that story. Some of us have been right from the very beginning going like, I don't think so. I don't think so. And progressively as we go along, coming more and more clear about the fact that this story is a false story that is being spun to disempower, and mark my words, disempower you and me and everybody else that's walking around on this planet, right? And empower other people. Many of them downright psychopaths, right? Downright ugly, evil psychopaths. And as we go through this period of revealing, of revelation, if you will, throughout the rest of this month, as it unfolds, you will come to see. I mean, you've already seen some of that, but you'll see more of it. And it's going to be shocking for those of you who haven't been catching glimpses of it and accepting it instead of denying it as some sort of unfounded conspiracy theory, but accepting at least the possibility that some trace of it is true, right? Because it's not lies that are made up by some weird people on the internet, that it's actually, there are kernels of truth. Even if it's not outrightly, blatantly 100% true, there are kernels of truth. And those kernels of truth have been planted like those corn kernels back there in the cornfield I just walked through, and they've already sprouted, and they are high, and that crop is about to be harvested soon, right? That is undeniable. So get yourself ready for that. Anyway, I'm gonna stop recording this video and hustle my way through these woods because the rain is really coming down now, and I am getting absolutely massacred with these mosquitoes. And maybe if I can walk faster than I do when I'm shooting a video, because I normally hike a little faster than this, if I can walk faster, maybe I can outrun the little bastards, right? What do you think? Can I outrun the little mosquitoes? We shall see. Anyway, thanks for listening. Love you dearly. Be positive, right? Imagine a more glorious world filled with love and empowerment, peace and prosperity, and a world in which we are not being hoodwinked by some small, really small group of people who have an agenda that is not to our benefit, okay? So let's put it that way, very simply. I wish you the rest of the day, glorious day, and an absolutely phenomenal August. And remember that no matter what appears this month, we, each of us, in the way that we manifest our own energy, in tune with or not, of the moon and the sun and the planets and the earth that I'm walking on, and each other, more importantly, each other, if we just amplify our compassion, our love, our positive vibes, we can actually determine the direction that the future unfolds into. Okay? So with that said, I love you. Have a great, and whoa, just about slipped and fell on my ass on the mud. I love you enormously. Thanks for listening. Ciao for now. Bye.